What's up, my channel? It's your friendly neighborhood sassy blonde writer coming at you with another writing video. So today I'm doing yet another vlog because, well, I don't really know what else to do for Nanowrimo that would make sense. So I'm ending my little book coaching ship, I guess is the way you would refer to it. So what we ended up focusing on and what I've learned so far, I haven't totally ended it quite yet. I will make a post video about my experience overall. But I just wanted to talk about what I'm working on right now. I know it's weird because it's like the second to last week of Nanowrimo, and I'm just getting to the first and last scene of my book. That is the exercise I'm currently on, which is really good. If you ever want to check out a really good writing book that I've been working through with my book coach, it's called Blueprint for a Book. It's by Jeannie Nash. I will put a little picture of it right here, so you get a glimpse of my not so neat desk and my little gallery wall, which is pretty cute. Hello, I feel because I was just doing a video sort of at my desk that I would give you guys a little tour. So here's my little gallery wall. So this is originally a present from my friend. It's by the Etsy shop Collage-O-Rama. Collage, not college. Almost made that mistake. And that's a picture of this Jane Eyre quote: "I am no bird, no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will." It's one of my favorite quotes from Jane Eyre. From this painting right here, I did as a virtual paint night for the Book Fairies. And Book Fairies, their whole thing is that, I did it for the local chapter. And their whole thing is, their mission is to, they get donations from different libraries. And I did this as a virtual paint night for the Book Fairies. It was a lot of fun. It also wasn't too expensive, and they also sent me the supplies as well. The reason why we're working on the first scene and the last scene is because basically what we've been working on for the past week or so, or a couple of weeks, is figuring out where you're starting, like physically in the plot, like physically in the setting, in the space that you create for world building purposes, but also in the plot where you want to start everything off there. And we're also working on where you end for both of that. And one of the major things that we've been working on, because as I said before, I'm a plot-focused writer. I tend to excel more in writing plots off the top of my head than developing characters, which is, So what I've been working on a lot with my book coach is strategies for building story. Making sure that the plot connects to the character. Think about every scene and connect it back to the character. Depending on the type of book that you're writing, it changes. Another really interesting thing that we talk about in my book coaching sessions is TED Talk, which is really good. I know there's a book based off of it, but I haven't read the book, so I'm not going to recommend it. But I highly recommend the TED Talk because one of the things it talks about is, and I will link to it down below and maybe up in the cards if I remember, but one of the really interesting things about it is it basically talks about why human beings love story. And I think that's one of the most interesting parts because I love psychology and I love learning about the stuff that you're reading, the stuff that you're listening to, and this entertainment that you take in really affects how you are doing as a person. So a lot of the reason why people love character-driven stories, or people love not necessarily character-driven stories, but stories that involve a character arc, is because a lot of times people use stories to kind of sort out things in their own. It works for any type of story. I mean, the reason why we're drawn to detective films and detective stories is because partly wish fulfillment, this is the life I wish I could have, but it's also, on some level, it's helping you sort through other things that are going on in your life. Part of the reason why people love stories is because we, as humans, like the different narratives. We like the escapism of stories, especially fiction stories, but we also like learning something and figuring out how we can relate to a story, what the logical outcomes of it would be. A lot of times you can work through something. I mean, that's part of the reason why cinema therapy is such a popular channel. People like being able to watch movies or read books or watch TV shows and sort of figure out the stuff that they're going through. That being said, that's mainly what I've been focusing on with my book coach, and so far it's been really helpful just having somebody who is a very character-driven writer basically keep pushing me to make my plot more relevant to my character, because like I said in my previous video, I had a lot of good parts, like I said in a previous video, for character arc. and how all the scenes interconnect with each other, and how the story is linear, but it's also circular, because cycles don't break unless you make the choice to break them. And so one of the things that we've been talking about is essentially how to make sure everything is connected, especially because I'm doing the in medias res story structure, and I'm also doing it first person narrator because that's what I prefer. Just one point of view though, we're not making it too complicated, because I tried the whole switching back and forth with a narrator once, got very confused, because the thing is if you're writing in more than one narrator's voice, you have to try to make sure they're all unique. And at the time when I tried it, maybe I tried again, but at the time when I tried it, I just wasn't skilled enough as a writer to do it. That's a quick little update on my Nanowrimo goals. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to with Nanowrimo. So have I won Nanowrimo yet? Yes, but also no, because again, this is a book that I've previously written. I'm just taking the month to work on it. I'm being a little bit of a Nanowrimo, a little bit. That's all I have for you today, folks. I hope you are doing a wonderful job. If you're doing Nanowrimo, please let me know in the chat what you've been up to, how your book is going, what kind of book is it. That'd be super awesome. Let me know. Always interested, always happy to learn, because I'm always looking for new strategies to try out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays. And of course, happy writing.